Let's shift our focus over to the NFC side of things then, and we're going to start with the San Francisco 49ers going to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, we've just had two games where they've not played each other at all. This will be the third meeting of these teams this season. First week was week one. Obviously, they're being in the NFC West together. The Seahawks at home lost 17-13. And then, of course, they played each other week 18, where the 49ers that were at home and lost 13-3. Niners beating the Eagles, obviously, last weekend, and the Seahawks on a bye. 49ers last time went to division in 2023. They went to the Super Bowl and lost. Under Shanahan, this is the fifth time to the divisional round since he arrived in 2017. On the flip side of it, this is the first round bye that Seattle have had since 2014. And what happened in 2014, Sky?
Oh, the Pat Seahawks Super Bowl.
They did.
A lot of people predicting that, by the way. I've seen. I don't know if you've seen this. Sorry to say.
I just can't see that happening.
I can't either, but it seems to be the popular pick. I don't know, nostalgia.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a bit of nostalgia with it, I suppose.
Brian McFadden, the old Steelers safety.
Yeah.
He said that on his video for one of the networks. I saw it earlier. Harry Kane said it, but he would. He's a Patriot.
What was Harry Kane know about anything, I suppose. This is a step too far for the 49ers, I'm afraid. And I do think Seattle is in a tiny bit of trouble in terms of, I think they are that young and they are a bit of a momentum team that the bye again has hindered them a little bit. I think they would have liked to have played last weekend. I think they would have liked to have dominated a game last weekend. It's been duck and dive with the Niners, isn't it? It's been scrappy, and I think you get Seattle into a scrappy fight, I think they win. Like I think they've got their defense is a scrappy defense, and the offense as well is scrappy as well. I mean, Kenneth Walker's no joke, Zach Charbonnet's no joke. They're two really good running backs. JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba's really good, and they've got guys that are not. Cooper Kupp's a household name, but he's not been the Cooper Kupp we know. But AJ Barn at the tight end and players like that, like Seahawks at the minute are my Super Bowl pick. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
I say you're loving them.
I think they are fantastic, and I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Just say it. Just say it.
Do you know? I feel bad because obviously it would be a nice story for Sam Darnold if he won the Super Bowl, but Sam Darnold's not going to win the Super Bowl. Although Nick Foles, look, it does feel like every 10 years, and we are getting to that. I think we are 10 years, unfortunately, since the Eagles won that Super Bowl. Around that time, maybe it could happen because, like you said, the rest of that roster is so good. I agree with you that the Seahawks are going to win, but Shanahan, to drop only 3 points in week 18, I'm intrigued to see the game plan. Because that backup tight end's not bad. Tongas. I know he's no George.
Yeah. Because Kittle's out, isn't he? He's out.
I bet on him a couple of times when Kittle's been out. That's the only reason I know that he's decent. I know he's no George Kittle, and I think that loses more from not the passing game, getting McCaffrey open by Kittle being such the elite blocker that he is. But they've done it all season. I'm actually loving my dream Super Bowl is Patriots 49ers.
Okay.
That is what I would, of course, it being my team. And I just think the job that Shanahan's done when guys like Eric Kendricks have been signed, and obviously he was great in his time, but to join a new team and be starting linebacker, we're down to 4/5 now on, strings on this team. I don't see it happening, but I also really like Brock Purdy. And I don't know, I don't want to say that I don't like the Seahawks because I love what they're building, but
you don't like Sam Darnold. Just say it. Say it with your chest if you're going to say it.
Yeah, I just don't think, unless you're an elite quarterback, I don't want you winning a Super Bowl. We're in this thing with Jalen Hurts now. I forever have to hear that Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And you'll get people like Gareth who will forever remind us of that.
But so is Nick Foles, so is Joe Flacco.
Remind me of Nick Foles again.
They are Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. And
Joe Flacco, you've given him slack before. I like Joe.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You talk about a quarterback getting carried by a defense. Come on, let's behave ourselves there.
I just don't think. But my biggest hope, if I look at it, because I don't have anything against Seattle as a franchise. Grey's Anatomy, great show as well. Let's hope Sam Darnold learned from last year's playoffs, because we saw what happened in that Vikings-Lions game.
I think that the Vikings-Lion matchup is totally different to this matchup, though.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously,
Seattle's defense is better than Minnesota's Vikings defense last year. Yeah, I would say Detroit are a way better all-round team
last year, yeah,
than San Francisco are at this point. You know, San Francisco are so injured. And don't you think maybe the bag of tricks got pulled out a little bit early against Philadelphia?
You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. I think it was just that point where they're that banged up.
Yeah, they've got to do something. Yeah.
Let's see if he does it again. But yeah, I mean, the Seahawks defense, it just doesn't look like it can be beaten. But Trent Williams is expected to play.
Big game.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep saying his name. Ricky Pearsall. I think he's due a big playoff game, even if they lose.
You're loving it. It's the Patriot white receiver in the playoffs thing that you're just like. I saw Chisholm have a good play in that game, and I was like, "There we go. There's the small white receiver that Sky and every other Patriots fan I know always goes on about."
But I still lean towards Seattle. I just think and it is interesting that we talk about the teams in terms of, I think they've become committee of running backs. Now we move towards a running back position being valued again. There's a lot of teams who've done well this season who have valued the position by having two good running backs. And Seattle have done that really well. It's been a breakout year for Charbonnet, really, hasn't it? We've been waiting for this. And he's taken the pressure off of Kenneth Walker so that he doesn't need to be an every down back. And that is going to be...
Also, first time Walker's been, fit all year for...
Yeah. But that's managed to be okay, you can get healthy and then we'll make it work. And you were saying about Cooper Kupp, but again, we talk about, the George Kittle loss on the Niners. For a lot of, people don't see it, but Cooper Kupp, a receiver who's happy to block.
He did that happy to put in the dirty yards. Yeah.
He doesn't need to be getting, 8 targets a game. He was happy to take a step back and let Nakua be the guy, because he probably knew that his role was dwindling. But he's come to obviously Seattle, and he's helped. Think of all the stuff that he's probably done for JSN behind the scenes for him to have the season that he's had. So he'll be in his ear for this playoff game as well, given what he's done and that Super Bowl winning run. And yeah, I think Seahawks win. And then very dangerous to say, this is probably the one of the 4 which could be the blowout for me.
Really? Yeah. I was literally about to say to you, I think this might be an absolutely rough, a real rough watch.
But
could easily be 16 to 16-10 or 13-9, something ridiculous like that.
I think that the Niners will score more. They have to score more than 3 last time, but I think it could be that obviously they've
also historically in history in general, but historically of this season, they played each other week 1 and week 18. But they're not normal game weeks, are they? They are not, and it's a divisional game. So you play yourself week 1, anything can happen, and it's a divisional game. It was 17-13. And then you play each other week 18. 49ers have got an eye at looking at the playoffs, want to stay a little bit healthy. Seattle are wanting that first round bye, but they also quite expectantly don't want to get anyone hurt either, because they know they can probably make a really good run. We've not had a normal game. There's not been a week 10 game here, has that? It's not like a... No. I know you've got momentum going into week 18. I know that. But it's a very, all eyes were on that game. All eyes were on 3 games that weekend, and that was it. And one of them was that game.
I think that game was a bit overhyped in the sense of, oh my God, it's 1 seed and for the division. Like you said, once the Niners couldn't get things going, they probably thought, now what's happened with Kittle? Let's not get one of our stars hurt, which obviously happened in another game. Yeah, well, I just mean as in that, of course, if we get to this round, blowouts are rare. We didn't have one last week other than your game, which I don't even think should count. I know it is on the scoreboard, but like we said, for 3/4, the Steelers were in it. So it probably won't happen this weekend. I just more think that that's how good this Seahawks team is. That's how balanced they are, and that Sam Darnold in this game won't. I probably might get proven wrong in this game because he won't have to do everything because the Niners are so banged up.
Yeah.
Seahawks defense might be able to take over. We know what the atmosphere is like at their stadium. I'm sure I saw something that their home playoff record is ridiculous. I think they lost in COVID when there were no fans, but generally speaking, like
What
maybe
they're like unbeaten for.
I was gonna say it's like someone said it was 10-0, and then someone in the comments pulled up a game from the
COVID,
early
yeah.
2000s
Oh,
and
really?
COVID.
Okay.
So maybe it's like 10-2 since the start of the millennium or something.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and if you think about it, yeah, because the year that they made the Super Bowl, lost to us and won it, they've always been quite good on those runs, even if they've not been in it a lot. But yeah, I just think I hate to say it, but I think the Seahawks will do. And I only say hate because I do just love what Shanahan's done with such a banged up team.